Hello, beautiful beings. This video is for you people who want to deepen your spiritual practice and start playing around with shamanic journeys. I'm gonna use this video to describe to you what exactly a shamanic journey is. I've been talking about it in some of my videos, and I had a beautiful subscriber ask me, well, what is this? I need more information. I need more information. So I was like, oh, well, of course. So really, I'll start with a little bit of my story. Back in 2012, I had a spiritual awakening. I lost my friend to a car accident, my best friend. And from there, it was my unraveling. And so I took the first year to process what that meant and how to, navigate that grief. But then in 2013, I started being called to the metaphysical shop. And through going to that metaphysical shop, I started realizing there's classes and there was modalities there that I wanted to start exploring. And the one that really stuck out to me was shamanic journeying. It was like once a month, this gal would get together with a couple people who were wanting to do it. And she taught us how to shamanic journey. And we'd all journey together, and then we would sit around in a circle and share the journey. And there was a lot of beautiful healing and transformation that can go on in that. So that's really where I got connected with it. And then I started doing a lot of work with her, and then I did some work with other teachers that only enhanced that work. So that's where I really got into it. And now we're in 2025, and within the last month I've been brought back to the shamanic journey. I kind of dropped it for a little bit as I did my healing path. So what is a shamanic journey? Well, it's a really primal way to connect with the imagination, the spirit realm, and do work with an intention. So what does that mean even more? Well, and where does that really come from? We've been connecting to shamanic journeys or something like it, probably the dawn of time. If you do a lot of reading and you want to, dabble into the history of shamanism, you will find that pretty much every culture in the world had some form of it. We used it for healing, medicine, manifesting, clearing, cleansing, healing. There's so many different things that you can do with shamanic journeying. And I would say that it's considered close to astral travel or daydreaming or lucid dreaming. These ideas, meditation. It's rooted and close to things where you're going into your imagination, you're going into the spirit realm, and being there, doing things there. What makes the shamanic journey, specifically a shamanic journey, is the way it's structured. Or maybe just the way that you set your intentions. Either way. To me, it's you go into imaginative space, you set sacred intentions, and you set the space. You call in the directions, you call in Mother, Father, and Great Spirit. And so you set that sacred space. So when you go into it, you are protected, and you also set an intention saying, I'm here to do this, or show me this, or show me about this, or how can I do this, or give me clarity here. And so you set that intention, and then you get into a boat, a canoe. You call upon your ancestors on each side, feminine, masculine. You get some protection behind you, and you get a guide in front of you, and then you go off. Now, where do I want to go with this? Okay, that's the concept of it, a shamanic journey specifically. Medicine men and women used it. I think they use something similar to do Akashic records, soul retrievals. It's an active meditation. you get in this trance state, you know, you get under the layers of the conscious mind, you go into the subconscious, and you explore. It can be visual, it can be audio. You can feel it, you can smell it, you can sense it. There's different ways of experiencing it. For me, shamanic journey comes really natural because before I even knew what it was or even had an inkling of it, I was already doing it, kind of. I wasn't setting the intentions really, or I wasn't setting up sacred space, but I was doing it. I've always naturally just been able to go into imagination, like if I'm just laying down and resting or in and out of sleep, I just naturally would go places and have journeys. And what do I mean by journey? I mean, you're doing things there. I'm getting a visual, or I'm getting a sense of connecting with beings, or going to places, or traveling to different locations. That's what I mean. And so I did that. I feel like that's how I manifested my husband. We went to high school together. And then after high school, once high school ended, I never got his information. And then after that, you know, he would pop into my mind, and I would spend time, you know, closing my eyes and imagining him and I connecting. And back then I didn't know what I was doing. I did that with a lot of things. That's probably, you know, a lot of people that I dated was because I started in the imaginal realm of playing with how I might interact with them or connect with them. And then it happened in real life. Again, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. It just came natural to me because my imagination in the realm of, you know, traveling and being in different realms comes really natural and easy. And so I just played with it. And I find also that back when I was a kid, when I was going through stress or situations in my environment that were scary and frightened me, I would do the same thing. I would go into an imaginational realm and I would seek a place of safety, possibly escapism as well, but I would get healing there. I would find myself feeling comfortable within my own self by going on these journeys, because I would go to places that uplifted me and brought me that peace of mind that I needed to, you know, go through what I had to go through. And so women and men have been using shamanic journeying since the beginning of time. That just feels right to me. I'm reading a book, a feminine book about womb awakening, and she really talks about shamanic journeys in there in her own way, and shamanism. And I've been hearing the word shaman, like womb shaman or dream shaman, or I've just been hearing this word all over. It's not associated with just one culture. A lot of times people have it connected with Native American, which they've had their own form of it, yes, but it's all over. I read somewhere in a book that in Siberia, there was, you know, some people living off the land in the ice, you know, and they did a lot of work with shamanic journeying and like the reindeer. And then I hear about, like, as I'm learning about the history of feminine energy and like the priestesses and goddesses, you know, back when feminine worship and a feminine way of going about the world was more predominant, they were going into these imaginational realm, dream places, and doing energy work. And that's what it's about. Using your imagination from the spirit realm and bringing it into your real life, or cleansing the energies there in your auric field and coming back here and experiencing the effects of it. You know, we all know that, you know, if you're a person who feels pretty sensitive or empathic, you'll understand that we feel and see ghosts or orbs or, you know, other beings, and there's so much invisible energy out there to connect with, that this shamanic journey is just so natural to, like, you know, more people, our ancestors that were connected to the land. I'd say that's really where it's at, connecting with the land. You know, all the indigenous people had some form of it in their clans or their tribes or their groups of people. Everybody used or had somebody who helped give them a vision or an oracle who saw the future. A lot of people go into these imaginal realms and get that information, or given it through, you know, dream space, or sometimes the energy just channels in. There's so many different ways to play with it. They used it to heal bodies. Some people do it to go in and clear people's bodies and help heal it. Or, you know what? You could learn how to do that for yourself. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm experimenting with clearing my energy centers and my womb space of any emotions, traumas, energy of other people's, processing other people's stuff. I'm just doing a complete energetic cleanse on so many different energies for myself, and I'm having fun playing with it. So, and you know, I just like to keep the idea of shamanic journey kind of open and loose, because people tell you there's a right and a wrong way, but I'm one of those people who would say mostly it's up to you to explore and decide what is the right and wrong way for you. Now, I would say firmly that it's good to have a couple structure boundaries in place that you don't change or you keep similarly, which would be, if to do a shamanic journey for me, setting up sacred space with the directions, the Mother, the Father, and Great Spirit would be a non-negotiable thing for me. I would always do that in some way. Now, I honor the direction with animals. Maybe people want to honor pillars. The witches would honor different pillar directions. Other people might honor the directions in different ways. So I would say that's open to play. There's so many different ways people honor it and experience it and set up sacred space. And then the second non-negotiable, I'd say, that would help create a shamanic journey is setting an intention before you dive in. And having the protection, having a guide, and being encased in something while you go journey. You will get out of that. Usually it's a boat, usually it's on water, but again, maybe you travel in space, or maybe you fly in the air. I don't want to, you know, limit people. I think it's good to have the structure like I already stated, and then through that you develop it into your own practice, your own experience. Now, I'll do some more videos about how to do it, you know, and more ideas around that, and, you know, getting your first spirit guide and all that stuff. But this is really just to get you familiar with what it is and how you might be already doing it. So if you already astral travel in different realms, and you're going different places and experiencing different things in different worlds, it's pretty similar. If you daydream, if you just close your eyes and you visualize you're in a different place and you're doing things in that, it's basically a shamanic journey. If you're meditating and you're doing something active while you're meditating, like visualizing a place and doing things, I would say that's pretty close to a shamanic journey. What else? If you're right before you go to bed, or in between when you're waking up and you're just kind of spacing out in different realms, or meeting people and talking to people, or bringing wisdom in, or getting those aha moments, you're most likely doing some form of shamanic journey. They're very related. Like I said, it's the little bit of structure that just makes it different. So that's what a shamanic journey is. And it is open for anybody and everybody to connect with. It's really primal. A lot of times you will be connecting with spirit guides, animals, crystals, fairies, unicorns, passed over people, spirits. I know some people, you know, might experience more of the lower realm, and I'll also go over some of the realms too in other videos. I haven't really experienced a whole lot of that. And when I go into shamanic journey, if I don't, if I encounter something scary, it's usually part of my subconscious mind trying to tell me something about something. And I know a lot of people might get scared about shamanic journeying and not understand it, because when you're traveling into other realms, you don't know if you're safe or protected. But again, that is why we set sacred space. We put the 4 directions up. We call Mother and Father and Great Spirit. That protects us. That creates sacred space when we are traveling. Nothing else but positivity can happen there. It's like you're like, this is where I'm going, and what I'm doing here is sacred, and only sacredness can happen here. It's like if you would do it in real life. It's setting the pace for it, saying this is a holy place, a holy experience, and that's all. And so whatever you experience there is going to be a message or something from your subconscious mind. I know people in the shamanic journey group, when I was in the group with this gal who was teaching me, you know, some people were scared. They're like, well, what if I encounter a demon or, you know, something like that? And that goes back to setting sacred space. Nothing can harm you there. It's only a message. And that's why we also set intention, because it's like, I'm going into this realm specifically to seek answers, an awakening, anything around my intention of, I would like to know more about this, or show me what I need to know about this, or take me through an experience for this, whatever it being. You're setting an intention and you're setting sacred space. So you're in a beautiful bubble of protection there. And then that's why also when we set the image of beginning the shamanic journey, we get into a boat or some encompassed thing. And then there we also call in protection. So for me, it's a forest of very big, tall, ancient trees. I envision this panoramic view behind me of all these tall trees just cozied up next to me, behind me. And they're like, I'm ready here. We're here for you. For anything that's scary that might come up, we're here to protect you. Non-negotiable, without a doubt, you are protected no matter what. That's important. And then in front of the boat, well, actually, before you get into the front of the boat, we have our male and female ancestors, and that can show up any way for you. Mine shows up on the feminine side. I have a pink energy that shows up, and I have a horse and a parrot. Those are predominant for me. And then I have a wolf and a hawk. That could be completely different for you. You could have rocks, you could have color, you could have just a feeling, a presence. It could be anything. It's going to be different for everybody. And then in the front of the boat, the enclosure, I have a guide, a spirit guide. And usually for me, my standard one is an owl. But yours might be different. You might have a fairy. You might have a car. Like literally, it can be anything. You just need something in front of you that is steering you. It's the energy intention of having a guide. That's all it is. So I hope this video has helped you understand what shamanic journey is. I hope it's helped you understand that you might be doing it already a little bit on your own, just without the structure. It's nothing scary. Like I said, the structure of the shamanic journey makes it extremely safe. You know, there's a lot of stigma around traveling in other realms and different worlds and connecting with spirits and demons and all that stuff. But when you have that protection already up and you've set sacred space, you're good. You know, and the ancestors did this. You know, they already knew intuitively when they're going to go into different realms and do the work. They have to have that protection and that sacred space set. You'll see it all over in meditations and active dream work and all that stuff. People have the structure of having sacred space and protection and intention going forward with it. So, any questions or comments about shamanic journey, go ahead and put it down below. If this video is inspiring to you, I appreciate it if you would subscribe If not, no big deal. I do look forward to sharing more videos on this topic. I'm going to start brewing the ideas of what else I might talk about with shamanic journeys. Since now I've provided an overview of what it is, I definitely will probably talk about, do you need a shaman to do shamanic journey? No, we all have our inner shaman. It's just this energy of going into the spirit realm and changing energies and coming back here and having that connection between the physical world and the non-ordinary reality, which is, you know, the imaginative world or spirit realm or different realms in general. So I will go more in deep with those, but for now I think that's probably where I will leave it. Again, any comments, questions about it, any stigmas that you have around shamanic journey, go ahead and put it down there. I'll answer it. We can open up to sacred connection on that. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm Tanya Rainbow Horse. I'm Tanya Rainbow Horse, and I got my name in a shamanic journey. Thank you so much for showing up here and the questions and all the subscriptions. I appreciate you people. You guys light me up, and I'm excited to connect with you more. Until the next video, love and laughter.